Ethan had always believed he knew the vastness of the universe. As a cargo pilot, he had traveled countless star systems, but nothing could have prepared him for the moment he found her. It began with a distress signal on the edge of the Orlan Nebula. The signal was weak, almost lost in the static, but Ethan's curiosity and sense of duty forced him to investigate. Maneuvering his ship through the swirling gas clouds, he spotted something unusual, a small, glowing figure struggling amidst the debris of what looked like a destroyed scout craft. Without thinking, he activated the ship's tractor beam and pulled the tiny figure aboard. She was no more than 2 feet tall, her skin shimmering like liquid silver under the ship lights, and her eyes were large, luminous, and filled with fear. "You're safe now," Ethan whispered, careful not to frighten her further. She clutched a small, alien device to her chest and shivered. Though she didn't speak, he somehow understood her emotions: panic, loneliness, and hope. He scanned her body for injuries. Nothing major, thankfully, just exhaustion and dehydration. But the moment he realized she could barely stand, Ethan knew he had to find a safe place for her fast. Then the ship's sensors picked up something alarming: multiple life forms approaching at high speed. "Not good," Ethan muttered. The figure in his arms stiffened, recognizing danger. He didn't know what they were, but instinct screamed that they were not friendly. The next moments blurred into chaos. Ethan engaged the ship's shields and weapons, maneuvering through asteroid fields while dodging laser bursts that painted the dark expanse with deadly light. Yet, no matter how fast he flew, the shadowy forms kept gaining on him. Finally, after what felt like hours but was only minutes, he entered a hidden asteroid cavern he had discovered long ago. The cavern's walls absorbed energy signatures, making it almost invisible to any tracker. He landed cautiously, setting the tiny alien girl down. She looked up at him with wide, grateful eyes, then vanished into a small crevice in the cavern floor, almost like she had been expecting a place to hide. Ethan exhaled, his heart still racing. He had saved her, yes, but he had no idea who or what might come after her next. The unexpected guests. Ethan had barely settled in the cavern when the sound of movement made him tense again. From the shadows emerged not one, but 3 taller alien figures. Their presence was imposing, yet unlike any threat he had encountered before. The smallest one, who was now smiling at him from the crevice, darted forward. "Ethan," she said in a voice that was surprisingly clear, "these are my sisters." He blinked, stunned. "Your sisters?" "Yes," the little one replied, then giggled. "They like to stay close to friends they trust." "And you saved me." Ethan stared as the sisters approached. Each was taller than the last, their forms elegant and humanoid but distinctly alien. Their skin shimmered in different shades: emerald green, cobalt blue, and rose gold. Their eyes glowed softly, reflecting curiosity and something else he couldn't quite name. I don't understand," Ethan stammered. "Why are you here?" The oldest sister smiled, her gaze steady but not threatening. "Because, human, you risked yourself for one of us. That counts for a lot in our culture. We stay together with those we trust. Tonight, we share your space." Ethan's mind raced. Share my space? Like, bed? He swallowed nervously. But before he could protest, the little alien tugged at his sleeve. "It's okay," she said softly. "They only want to rest. You saved my life. That is enough." Reluctantly, Ethan nodded. There was no arguing with them, at least not safely. Night of surprises. The cavern had a natural warmth, and Ethan had started a small fire for comfort. The sisters settled at a semicircle near him, their glowing forms casting dancing shadows on the walls. He tried to focus on normal conversation, asking questions about their world, their technology, and their lives. They answered with fascinating stories of interstellar travel, lost civilizations, and secret star systems unknown to humans. The older sisters were protective of the tiny girl, who seemed to bask in Ethan's presence while enjoying her siblings' company. They all shared tales of battles, survival, and kinship, making Ethan feel like he had entered a world where heroism was not just bravery but also heart. Despite the awkward start, Ethan felt a strange connection forming. These beings, so different from him, trusted him entirely. It was an honor he hadn't anticipated, and one that came with responsibility. Bonds beyond words. The night passed with stories, laughter, and cautious companionship. Ethan learned that the tiny girl's name was Lyra, and the sisters' names were Vela, Oren, and Sarah. Each sister had a distinct personality. Vela was bold and inquisitive, Oren was thoughtful and quiet, while Sarah carried a mischievous sense of humor. Ethan was amazed at how the sisters communicated, not just through words but through subtle gestures, touch, and mental impressions. Every glance carried meaning, and he found himself learning their language in small, instinctive ways. By dawn, Ethan realized he had formed a bond that transcended species. Saving Lyra had not only brought him into her world but had connected him with a family whose gratitude and trust were unlike anything he had known on Earth. A promise for tomorrow. When morning light filtered through the cavern entrance, Ethan faced a decision. The sisters had no home in his world, yet staying indefinitely was impossible. They seemed to understand the dilemma, but there was no sadness, only respect and a quiet promise. Lyra held his hand, small and fragile. "You will see us again," she said simply. "And you will always be our friend." The older sister stepped forward, each placing a hand on Ethan's shoulder in a gesture of solidarity. "You are part of our family now," Vela said. "And family protects each other. You protected us, we will protect you, in return." Ethan smiled, a mixture of relief, wonder, and determination filling his chest. He had entered this adventure expecting danger and found connection instead. The universe was vast, yes, but it was also full of unexpected friendships, trust, and bonds that went beyond any species. As he watched them vanish into the light of the nebula, he knew his life had changed forever. He had saved a tiny alien girl, but what he gained was far greater, the bond of a family spanning the stars.